Alright, here we are, folks. It's just about SAG time here. Let's see, I've got the music on. I'm going to turn it down a little bit for now. But, yep, we heard in advance they're doing stunt ensemble here in just a couple minutes. So we're going to go ahead and get the live reactions to those as well this year. Usually they're, a little bit earlier there. But, yep, this time we actually know when they're coming out. So, there, that helps. Okay. So, in that case, I'm going to go ahead then and, whoops, didn't get the categories written down yet, so we'll kind of go with that here as well here first. Alright, so let's get that opened up here. It says they should be good to go here. Yeah, let's see. It looks like, yeah, it should be ready here. Let's see here. Otherwise, we've got expecting a big day today from films like Marriage Story, of course. I've got The Irishman getting a few nods here. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood should be pretty popular today. We'll see. Yeah, Bombshell and Little Women I've got for a couple things. Dolomite I've got for a couple things. Joker I've got for a couple things. So, yeah. Let's see, I think I have The Farewell in both lead and supporting here, don't I? Pretty sure I do. Let me go back down. Did I have Zhao Shuzhen in? Sorry, it's still... No, I don't. That's right. I have Maggie Smith in instead. That's right. Alright, let me refresh this. Maybe... It could be running late, but... Maybe you just need to hit the right button for it to work. I don't know. Nope, they're still playing this music, whatever. Let's see, yeah, so we kind of talked about a couple of those things there. Otherwise, after the stunt ensemble nominations are announced, then should be just a couple minutes here, and then we'll get into the actual nominations for the other film and TV categories there, which again, yeah, we're kind of more focused on film, of course, here. So, there we go.
Announce the nominations for our two stunt honors.
For outstanding action performance by a stunt ensemble in a comedy or drama series, the nominees are Game of Thrones.
Yeah, no surprise.
Glow.
That made it in last year.
Stranger Things.
Think so.
The Walking Dead.
Yeah, it makes sense.
And Watchmen.
Yep, it makes total sense.
For outstanding action performance by a stunt ensemble in a motion picture,
Here we go.
The nominees are Avengers Endgame.
Yep.
Ford versus Ferrari.
Absolutely.
The Irishman.
Okay.
Joker.
Yep, there's Joker.
And Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Okay, I thought that had an outside
The
shot.
recipients
Yep.
of the outstanding action performance by television and film ensembles will be announced live from the red carpet on Sunday, January 19th, 2020.
We congratulate all the nominees, and be sure to watch right here or go to TNT, TBS, or True TV today at 10 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Pacific for our actor nominations announcement.
Thank you.
Yeah, now you got 7 minutes of dead air. You thought that through. Alright, let's see here. I'll turn everything back down here for the music. Let's see, yeah, so we kind of talked this one a little bit on Monday night there. So Avengers, that's no surprise. Ford v. Ferrari, no surprise. Joker, no surprise. No surprise there. Let's see, the other two I had, yeah, nothing for 1917, which, yeah, it is the one-shot style, so, I think a lot of the actors there, are the actual actors, they can't really get away with that too much here. So that's probably the reason why they're for that. Let's see, and then yeah, Us I thought was going to be that kooky choice, but The Irishman was kind of more or less that. I mean, it's definitely big into the Best Picture race and everything, but I don't really look at it as like a stunt heavy movie. I mean, obviously if you've seen it on Netflix there or in theater, I mean there's shit. I mean there's a couple shootings, but it's like there's not really any big like action scenes or anything. The only thing you could kind of say is and that's not even really true, is, uh, any of the folks that kind of stepped in for the actors when they're, doing the effects and everything, like stand-ins and stuff. But that shouldn't really be a thing. I think so. I don't know. Maybe it's just the popularity of the film that gets that one in. I don't know. I'm just kind of couple explosions in the movie. I mean, I seriously can't think of way too much else in this movie that was really stunt heavy. I think that one just kind of leans, I think, more on its Best Picture status. Now, Joker, yeah, that makes sense, because there's definitely, especially again toward the end of the film, there's a couple sequences that make sense for that. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, same deal, where it's like, yeah, there's a couple things kind of early on in the movie, a couple, bits here and there, and then the bit at the end, which makes total sense. So yeah, that's why that one's in. Yeah, Ford v Ferrari and Avengers, I think those are pretty standard picks here. Yeah, those are ones that make total sense, and yeah, there's not really too much questions on those. That's for sure. So. So I think with that, Irishman, man, that can maybe get 5 nominees now if it gets everybody in. If it gets Pacino and Pesci and De Niro and the whole ensemble there and stunts, 5 nominations. That does not happen very often here at SAG. So that can beat Marriage Story for most nominations this morning then, if it gets everybody. I mean, obviously we just saw De Niro miss at the Globes there. A couple people have kind of looked into it and they said, well, actually De Niro kind of has a little bit of a rocky history there where I guess he was a little upset at them. I don't know, I didn't read the full story, but I just kind of heard it offhand, and then a couple people also mentioned it here and there, so I was like, I don't know, I guess. I mean, they years and years ago, I remember they did that with Kevin Spacey. It's like he kept getting nominated, but he just wouldn't win anything until, I think, one of the seasons of House of Cards he finally won. Then he was never nominated there again, of course. But a lot of that, they said, had to do with the campaigning and stuff, and his kind of outwardly, I guess he didn't really care for some of the voters or something like that, so... It's like those Globe voters really hold a grudge if you don't play ball. I think, who was it? It's some of the Gold Derby guys sometimes tell that story with. I think it's the Desperate Housewives. Like there was one cast member, I can't remember her name, but she would like everybody else would show up to their press and to their Q&As and to everything else, but one actress would not. She was really stubborn, so they didn't nominate her. Literally every other actress, I think they said the first or second season or something, every other actress was nominated on that show except for the one who didn't show up. Even though I think they said she arguably had the best performance of the 4 or 5 leads, or however many there were on that show. I never watched it, so don't ask me. So maybe that's the case with De Niro there, of course. You do have, the rest of those actors are pretty popular there. Bale, Banderas, Jonathan Pryce, they like the Two Popes quite a bit. And again, like I kind of mentioned there, it's like you go Hopkins and Pryce, they almost kind of go together there. Of course, that doesn't always happen, like we mentioned there, like on Sunday when Hopkins just got in for the Two Popes for supporting. But, yeah. Anyways, but yeah, speaking of that, I do have that happening again today with just Hopkins in for supporting actor, but again, we'll have to just wait and see on that one there. Let's see here. Otherwise, let's see. Like we said, Bombshell and Little Women. I have getting a couple things we mentioned here. Marriage Story I have in for 4. I took it out for Alan Alda, but I do have Dern, Johansson, Driver, and the whole ensemble. The Irishman, I have the whole ensemble. I do have De Niro in still, Pacino, Pesci, and then it just got the stunt. So, like I mentioned, that could top out at 5. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, I can see that can now get to 4 if it gets Pitt, DiCaprio, and the whole ensemble in, as well as stunts there. Let's see, what else here? Let's see. Like I said, I got Dolomite for a couple things. Let's see. Joker, that can get the 2 now. So Yeah, we'll have to kind of go from there. Yeah, Jojo Rabbit. that one maybe I thought had an outside shot at the stunt, but that would have been kind of a kookier choice too, and I figured I'd go with a couple of the other picks there. So yeah, I still had kind of JoJo in there, just kind of part of me just says because I just like that ensemble. It's a likable ensemble and stuff, even though I don't have it getting any individual nominations. That's sometimes that happens. So yeah, wasn't there? Let's see. I was going to look this up again. Wasn't there one last year that was no singular nominations just in for ensemble? Wasn't that last year, or was that 2 years ago we had one? Screen Actors Guild. There we go. Let's see here. Well, Black Panther they got in for stunts, but then nothing else besides ensemble, and of course they won. Crazy Rich Asians, yeah, that didn't get any individual nominations, and that got in for ensemble. Let's see here. The year before that, I think everybody got in. Yeah, all those got in for at least one singular nomination before they. Yeah, let's see here. Yeah, the same kind of goes. Yeah, most of the time that's the way it works. But every once in a while you just have to kind of predict those and just see where it goes. Okay, now it looks like they're getting ready to go here. Yeah, usually they go the TV stuff first, and then they'll go into film, which is smart. The Globes kind of tried to follow suit there last Monday.
I want to take a moment to thank TNT and TBS for their ongoing and continued partnership. As always, the SAG Awards will be simulcast live, coast to coast, on TNT and TBS, Sunday, January 19th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time and 5 p.m. Pacific.
Yep.
With an encore presentation airing at 11 p.m. Eastern and 8 p.m. Pacific on TNT.
Why would you want to watch it again?
I also want to give a very special thank you,
especially when you get all your picks wrong.
For hosting our post-awards gala. We're extremely grateful to them, as well as the Stand Up to Cancer,
which I can't go to. Nobody goes to.
For their generous support of the SAG-AFTRA Foundation's emergency assistance programs. Now, what we've all been waiting for, to announce this year's Screen Actors Guild Award nominees. First, you know her as an award-winning actress, director, and producer who currently executive produces and stars in the network workplace comedy Superstore, America Ferrera. And our next presenter,
director? I guess she maybe directed a couple episodes of the show.
And currently stars in the long-running hit series The Walking Dead. She is also the executive producer and the showrunner for the upcoming HBO Max series Americana, Denai Guerrera.
Well, let's see here. Yeah, I don't know official predictions for TV stuff. I just kind of say, yep, makes sense, or ooh, that's a surprise, stuff like that.
26th Annual Screen Actors Guild Awards. We will be announcing 13 awards this morning, 8 for television and 5 for motion pictures. America will lead us all. For outstanding performance by a male actor in a
Yep, here's television stuff.
series, the nominees are Mahershala Ali, True Detective.
I didn't have him in.
Russell Crowe, The Loudest
Yeah,
Voice.
Russell Crowe I had in.
Jared Harris.
Yep, Jared Harris makes sense.
Jarrell Jerome, When They See Us.
Yeah, that one didn't get any Globe love.
And Sam Rockwell.
Sam Rockwell
Austin.
makes total sense, yeah.
The nominees for outstanding performance by a female actor in a television, movie, or limited series.
Yeah, no supporting for these either, for this category.
Patricia Arquette, The Act.
They probably didn't go the younger actress in that.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Joey King,
No, they did go.
The Act.
Yeah, Joey King, that's her name, yeah.
Emily Watson.
Emily Watson,
Chernobyl.
yep.
And
Michelle Williams, yep.
Fosse Verdon.
I'd say, yeah, Toni Collette's pretty
For
popular in
outstanding
that show.
performance by a male actor in a comedy series, the nominees are Alan Arkin, The Kaminsky Method.
Okay, him and Michael Douglas, both, yep. Okay, I think they both got in last year for SAG.
Bill Hader, Barry.
Yep, Bill Hader makes sense.
Andrew
Scott.
Fleabag.
Yep,
And Tony Shalhoub, The Marvelous
Mrs. Maisel, alright.
The The nominees for Outstanding Performance by a Female Actor in a Comedy Series are Christina Applegate, Dead.
Yeah, she's getting in everywhere for that.
Alex Borstein, The Marvelous
Yeah,
Mrs.
so her
Maisel.
and Brosnahan both. Yep.
Rachel Brosnan, The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. Catherine O'Hara, Schitt's Creek.
I've heard great stuff about that show.
And Phoebe Waller-Bridge, Fleabag.
Fleabag. Yeah. Was Veep not eligible for this? I don't know, maybe not. Usually Veep does pretty good here.
Barry,
Mm-hmm.
Fleabag,
Mm-hmm.
The Kaminsky Method, The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel,
Yep, that makes sense.
and Schitt's Creek.
Yeah, they get to get away with saying shit. Anyways, yeah. I know that's the oldest joke in the book, but...
Sterling K. Brown.
Okay, I did have Sterling in. He wasn't very popular, I
Steve
think.
Carell, The Morning Show.
For some picks, at least.
Billy Crudup, The Morning Show.
Wow, so they went all in for the Apple series there.
Dinklage, Game of
Peter
Thrones.
Dinklage, I think I had him in. You always got to put him in.
Stranger Things.
I forget, David Harbour almost always gets into SAG, but like he misses everywhere else. I forgot that. Yeah, I don't think I had him in.
Jennifer Aniston, The Morning Show.
Yeah, so Reese Witherspoon too?
Helena Bonham Carter, The Crown.
Yep. Olivia Colman, Crown, yep.
Jodie Comer, Killing Eve.
Yeah.
And Elizabeth Moss.
No?
The
Okay,
Handmaid's
Elizabeth
Tale.
Moss, yeah. I'm about to say, yeah, these categories sometimes get so stacked, it's hard to get everybody in.
The nominees are
Alright, I think this is the last
Big
one.
Little Lies,
Okay. Yep,
The
makes
Crown.
sense. The Crown, I'm pretty sure I had that in.
Game of Thrones,
I don't know if I had Game of Thrones in.
The
Maybe.
Handmaid's Tale,
Yeah, that would make sense.
and Stranger Things.
Okay. Alright, now I think we got film
And
stuff.
now,
Let's get
our
going.
motion picture nominees. For outstanding performance by a male actor in a supporting
Supporting role.
in a motion picture.
All right.
Nominees are Jamie Foxx, Just Mercy.
Oh, boy.
Tom Hanks, A Beautiful Day.
Ah, shit.
Al Pacino, The Irishman.
Pesci?
Joe Pesci,
Yep.
The Irishman.
And
And
Brad Pitt.
Once Upon a
Okay.
Time in Hollywood.
Man, Jamie Foxx, there you go. There your first
For outstanding
nomination.
performance by a female actor
This
in a
season?
supporting role in a motion picture.
Alright, let's see where they go here.
Are Laura Dern, Marriage
Yep, taking out Annette Bening was pretty good.
Scarlett Johansson, Jojo Rabbit.
There you go. Nope, didn't have that
Nicole
one.
Kidman, Bombshell.
Bombshell, okay.
Jennifer Lopez, Hustlers. And Margot Robbie.
So no Maggie Smith, 2 Bombshell nominations. Wow.
Outstanding performance by a male actor.
Watch out for that one to get into ensemble now.
The nominees are Christian Bale, Ford vs. Ferrari.
Alright.
Leonardo DiCaprio, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Adam Driver,
Okay,
Marriage.
I'd say that did make sense if he missed.
Taron Egerton, Rocketman.
Oh, shit.
And Joaquin Phoenix, Joker.
So, a few missed there.
Nominees for outstanding performance by a female actor in a leading role in a motion picture are Cynthia Erivo, Harriet.
Didn't have her either.
Scarlett Johansson, Marriage Story.
She gets a double nod.
Lupita Nyong'o, Us.
Shit.
And Charlize Theron, Bombshell.
One more?
Renee Zellweger, Judy.
Wow, Little Women's getting nothing.
And finally, the nominees for outstanding performance by a cast in a motion picture are Bombshell,
Yep.
The Irishman,
Yep, there we go.
Jojo Rabbit,
Yes!
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood,
Marriage Story?
and Parasite.
What?
And remember, we're all coming back together for the 26th Annual Screen Actors Guild Award.
Oh, fuck right off that Marriage Story didn't get in. Fuck you. God, what is with these fucking SAG people? Every time, like, the heavy frontrunner doesn't get in. Makes no sense. No sense. Like, The Post not getting in and Shape of Water missing a couple of years ago. Oh, that's insane. Ah, man. So they are very democratic when it comes to stuff like that, but then when it comes to, like, yeah, now Parasite, now that one getting in, I'm glad it's in, because I do like that ensemble quite a bit. I'm glad I got JoJo right. I do have Once Upon a Time in Hollywood in there. I've got The Irish in there. But Bombshell, okay, that one, that was on, yeah, we mentioned that one as a possibility there. And that one, yeah, really, that got just about everything it could there with Charlize Theron and both Nicole Kidman and Margot Robbie. Wow. Okay, then Taron Egerton comes back strong here for Rocket Man. No Eddie Murphy. You've got to be shitting me. No love for Dolomite here. Wow. So now Netflix, they've only got the one bid with The Irishman there, and again, De Niro misses. So, I don't know. I'm starting to think there's one other thing I didn't mention with him there, and that's think about the what was it called? The Revenant. Yeah. That got in, the supporting actor, lead actor, DiCaprio got in everywhere. Tom Hardy kept missing, but that movie, again, so popular with the kind of what we would call, steak eaters, the craft categories and stuff at the Oscars that, and it was so loved across the board, Tom Hardy got in as well. So I think that's probably a possibility there for the Oscars there, I still say, for DiCaprio then. And of course, he's in for Critics' Choice, so it's not like he's gotten totally skunked here. But okay, yeah, Eddie Murphy missing here, that doesn't help him at all. That's not great for him. That might just be the slip up there that maybe cost him the nomination there. Which is, I thought he was a slam dunk here for this. I thought Dolomite would be a slam dunk as well, but. Let's see. Otherwise, Jamie Foxx is in there for supporting actor for Just Mercy. That's his first nomination. So no Anthony Hopkins there, and no Willem Dafoe for The Lighthouse. The rest of them I got, though. So, taking out Tom Hanks, that was a mistake. Okay, otherwise, supporting actress, man, we've got a few misses there as well. No Maggie Smith and no Florence Pugh, so I put her in last minute. That didn't pay off. The rest of them I got, 3 of them. So Scarlett Johansson gets the 2 bids. She's in for the ensemble too for Jojo Rabbit, so she was pretty popular this year. But again, Marriage Story. What the fuck are you thinking? Look at that whole ensemble. You seriously you're gonna pass over them? Jesus Christ, that makes no sense. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood then does have 4. The Irishman has 4. I think they're tied then, right? Bombshell has 4. Yeah. Let's see. Otherwise, just looking at the other ones there. So Cynthia Erivo, she is looking solid now. For that, for getting in for actress. So no Awkwafina there. Let's see who else. I think there was one more I missed there. Let me pull down the list again. Saoirse Ronan didn't get in either. So nothing for Little Women either. Renee Zellweger I got, Charlize Theron and Scarlett Johansson there. Lupita. We knew Lupita was on the outside looking in. We definitely know Cynthia had a chance there. Let's see here. So kind of going through then Best Actor too. We haven't gotten to that one yet. So Taron Egerton. A couple people. A couple of you guys called that. And that's fair. And I put him down for I think I mentioned him on Monday, didn't I? That he was possible for this. Pretty sure I did. I know I put him in on the Cultured Vultures article. The same with Christian Bale. I knew he was. I mentioned this a couple years ago with Hostiles, where, at the last second I was kind of thinking he had a shot. He didn't get in for that one at all. But he is just a very popular actor as well. We have to remember that, too. So, I don't know if this is enough to put him over the edge now to get in for lead actor. Antonio Banderas, I knew he would probably miss, so I didn't have him in. Again, you kind of look through the history here. This is one thing I didn't mention there on Monday, and that's the foreign language performances here at SAG really struggle. Nothing. What was her name? Isabelle Huppert didn't get in a couple years ago for the Elle movie, which she got in just about everywhere else, except I think for BAFTA, which wasn't eligible that year for BAFTA. Let's see. Roma didn't get any love here at all last year. Amour didn't get anything here 7 years, or at least not for what's her name, Emmanuel Riva. She didn't get in. I'm pretty sure Marion Cotillard for 2 Days, One Night wasn't. Well, she didn't. I don't think she got nominated anywhere except for maybe BAFTA. I can't remember that year, but wow, that the tank feels really empty now for Eddie Murphy after that. I mean, for Oscar chances now. Yeah, you got to look more at Christian Bale. Taron Egerton has the Globe and the SAG nomination here, so that is really something to look for there. Yeah, definitely helps Parasite. Now, again, that's speaking of foreign language, there you go. That's the rare exception here that gets a nomination for ensemble. But I love that ensemble, so I'm not necessarily pissed off that gets in over Marriage Story. Well, I haven't seen Bombshell yet. The reviews came out. They're low 60s on Rotten Tomatoes so far. I haven't looked this morning. Maybe they're a little higher or a little lower. But it is, the rest of these nominees do make sense, though. Again, Jojo Rabbit, I was rooting for that one to get in. I'm glad I got that one right. But would I say it's a better ensemble than Marriage Story? Probably not, but I do I like that ensemble. And, Scarlett Johansson getting in for supporting actress here. She missed on Monday for the Globes. So, again, I would say most of her Oscar attention is going to be on Marriage Story. I think she gets in overall for that, but I don't necessarily see her getting the double nod at the Oscars. God, I think, was Jamie Foxx the last one to do it? I think so. He's for Just Mercy. This might be the one place he shows up. Again, that movie feels really like it's been skipped over pretty heavily there. So, we'll see. If BAFTA nominates him, which I don't know if BAFTA will necessarily go for the movie or not. If he gets in there, then that's a big coup there. Otherwise, this might be the one place he shows up. So obviously, Joaquin, Adam Driver, now Leonardo DiCaprio, I thought he might miss too, because, he's, again, very popular, but, I was thinking, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, if they really want to go Democratic, which, sometimes they do, then that happens there. So, Shape of Water really is reminiscent of Marriage Story here today, where it's like it gets in, I think that one also got the 3 nominations, in the 2 supporting and the lead. This time it was 2 lead and 1 supporting, and then misses for ensemble. Which, okay, you'll do that for Bombshell. You'll get everybody in for Bombshell, but then you skip over Marriage Story, which is again a much right now it's a much heavier Oscar front runner than Bombshell is. And after it missed big time there on Monday for a couple of those nods, I took it out for Best Picture, and I put in Joker back in, because that one seems to be pretty popular everywhere it goes. It did get the 2 nods here, which I thought it would get. Again, I just didn't think that ensemble nomination was going to happen for Joker, so yeah. But, then Irishman, so at least, De Niro does get included there, I'm sure. So yeah, it's like, it's just kind of a little bit out there. So yeah, Margot Robbie gets technically 3 nominations. Yeah, because she's ensemble for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Bombshell, and the singular nomination, of course. So yeah, they really went in for Bombshell. They really went in for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. For The Irishman, mostly they went in on it. So yeah, I think that'd be a 3-way tie for most nominations there. So if I'm counting right, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood has the 4. Yep. Irishman has the 4, except for didn't get in for De Niro, but it is in for the stunt. And then Bombshell again. Yeah, kind of a surprise here to get those 4 nods. I mean, I thought definitely Margot Robbie and definitely Charlize Theron, but man, to get both Nicole and the whole ensemble in, that's good for them for campaigning hard and getting that in, and then at least not to sound too facetious or whatever, but it's like now you've got a lot of people were again very upset on Monday that we didn't get any female directors in, and really none of the major drama contenders had a female lead, except for, you could argue, Scarlett Johansson as a co-lead in Marriage Story. So there you go. You got your big female ensemble there with Bombshell. Jojo Rabbit kind of feels in that same vein, because it does have Scarlett Johansson, Thomasin McKenzie, what's her name, Rebel Wilson. Even though again it's technically male led, there's still a lot of males in the cast, but. Yep, and then Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, again, 2 male leads, but then you do have Margot Robbie, and the rest of the ensemble there is kind of, got a good mix in there. So Irishman is probably that's really the only heavy male, big contender here in ensemble. But Parasite, is, if you haven't seen it, I won't spoil it, but it's pretty split there between those. So initially I was kind of going with The Farewell, which got totally skunked here. The Farewell, I was kind of thinking for that ensemble pick because of the Asian American cast. This time, they went, Asian cast, but it's Parasite. So, and again, that really speaks also to the popularity of that film, and that's definitely, if you weren't putting it in for picture, you've got to put it in for picture now, because that's happening. Of course, it wasn't eligible for drama film at the Globes. Of course, it's in for foreign language film, which is the best it can get there for that. Let's see here. So, otherwise, like I said, Dolomite I also had in for ensemble. That didn't pay off. Wow, that's... Again, I thought that would be a slam dunk here, and no. they went, the only Netflix one they liked for ensemble was The Irishman, which I put in kind of last minute there. I had it out initially because I was like, it feels like The Post. It feels like one it's going to get all, a couple nominations here and there, but then it's going to miss for ensemble. Well, that same logic applied to freaking Marriage Story. Makes no goddamn sense. You guys are so... Anyways. Let's see here. What else? Yeah, Knives Out I knew was not going to... that would kind of struggle here. Downton Abbey, yeah, they did end up not going for that at all. We mentioned, Little Women got totally skunked here as well. Hustlers, except for Lopez, got skunked. The Farewell got skunked, like we mentioned there. Let's see, let me go back here. Yeah, so Best Actor, no De Niro and no Eddie Murphy there. Again, that hurts, I think, more Eddie Murphy than it does De Niro, even though De Niro missed on Monday, too. But again, I look at the overall popularity of that film with the Oscars. I feel like he'll naturally get in there. And again, especially if you've seen the movie, again, the first two acts, he's kind of, again, one note. But once you get to the third act, it's like that's when he really, turns it up there. So no Adam Sandler here, no Jonathan Pryce. Pryce got in on Monday, of course. And no Antonio Banderas, which I think not everybody said that he would miss, but I thought he would miss. I thought that would kind of, looking at the rest of the choices there, I just kind of thought he'd get overlooked. Let's see, so Lupita, good play for Lupita, though. I'm glad to see her nominated, at least for that performance. I do like that performance. As well. And then, Cynthia Erivo, again, she's the best part of Harriet. So, to get her in, that's good. And again, now she's definitely, I would say over Awkwafina. I think she's got a better shot now to get in. I never did predict Awkwafina, so I haven't seen, and I still have not yet to see The Farewell, but, we'll see here. I think BAFTA will probably go Cynthia Erivo. They'll probably put Lupita in as well, I would guess. Scarlett Johansson, they might go this same lineup here for BAFTA. That's coming up here in a couple weeks. We'll get some predictions going for those here probably in the next week here. This for coverage this week, it's starting to get pretty shot here. Let's see, Awkwafina and Saoirse Ronan. Saoirse Ronan, I think, otherwise, she's got to get one of those BAFTA slots now that I think about it, She maybe gets in over, oh boy, who do they skip there? Maybe she gets in over Charlize there. Maybe something like that happens. I don't know. I'll have to think about that one. Because, I forgot, Saoirse didn't get in here. Otherwise, Alfre Woodard for Clement, that feels kind of done now for Alfre Woodard, too. I mean, she's just been totally skipped over again. I just don't know if that movie has been seen as widely as a lot of the other contenders there. Yep. Like we mentioned here, Defoe and Hopkins both missed, so I had Defoe in kind of a few weeks ago there. That didn't pay off. And Anthony Hopkins, I thought, after getting into both Critics' Choice and SAG, I was like, okay, he's getting in for his first nomination in a few years for Oscars and SAG. Nope, not SAG. So, no two popes here. So at all, another one that didn't get anything today. So I took out Tom Hanks at the worst time. So, otherwise, I did have Jamie Foxx. I think I mentioned him on Monday. So I knew that had a kind of a not a long shot, but it was kind of a one that could happen. So, And then, I don't know if anybody had Nicole Kidman getting in this morning for supporting actress. Now, I know initially when the first trailer and stuff came out, I kind of thought, I'm like, I was like, I'm thinking maybe Nicole, but then it kind of went on and stuff, and then, and then after the first screenings and stuff, everybody was just gushing about Margot Robbie, so I'm like, okay, well, she's the one that gets in then. So I don't know, again, I don't know if necessarily they both get in at the Oscars, so, plus, Nicole is very popular, again, with SAG here, like, she got in, she got in last year for, at SAG here for, not the other boy one, last year, the Joel Edgerton one, I can't think of it now. Let me pull it up here. No, she wasn't in last year, no. I can't remember what it was now. Not Beautiful Boy, the other one. Boy Erased, But, let's see here. Otherwise, Big Little Lies, of course, on the TV side. That got something for Nicole. They're not individually, but she's part of the ensemble. But, she's here for Lion a few years ago. I forget. She sometimes does pull out at the SAGs there and is usually nominated for those. Let's see here. I was going to pull up something else, but yeah, we can. Yeah, I was going to look like how many ensemble or how many nominations she now has. But yeah, now she gets 2 this morning for that, plus 1 on the TV side at least. I don't remember. Was she on the? I can't remember if she was in for Big Little Lies individually now. Yeah, like I said, I don't really pay as much attention to those. So yeah, no Florence Pugh either for Little Women or Downton Abbey for Maggie Smith. Yeah, no Annette Bening here. Yeah, I'll have to think about it for Oscar predictions if I want to put Florence Pugh in, who, yeah, has missed now both the Globes and SAG. She's in for Critics' Choice, but, man, yeah, I kind of had that late feeling like a lot of other people that, the late, like, oh, yeah, now, she's going to get in for everything. But, yeah, she really has not done so. I'm not necessarily thinking Scarlett Johansson yet for that supporting actress bid at the Oscars. So maybe I do keep Annette Bening in there, for now at least. Yeah, otherwise, yeah, Davine Joy Randolph, that feels done for Dolomite. Zhao Shuzhen has missed at both the Globes and SAG here, but I predicted her to miss, so I think she's still, the Critics' Choice nomination helps. I think we'll see where BAFTA goes. Otherwise, I think she'll stay in, but yeah, maybe that's one. I don't know. Again, we'll see. We'll see how well the Farewell does overall in popularity there. Maybe it only gets screenplay after all. We'll have to see. Yeah, then we mentioned the stunt stuff already. So again, really the big headline stories here are inclusions from films that aren't necessarily as high up in the Best Picture race, really getting highlighted here, like Rocket Man for Taron Egerton, Bombshell, more or less for 4 nominations total there. I only had it in for 2. I think that was the general consensus there. Jamie Foxx getting in, Cynthia Erivo and Lupita getting in for Best Actress. Yeah, Nicole Kidman's bid here is, pretty big headline there. Of course, for what Mrs. Marriage Story, you gotta talk about that one. I mean, what in the actual hell? I mean, it's weird. It's like, yeah, SAG, one year they'll go like 3 billboards, which I don't get me wrong, I love the movie. But, that gets ensemble, that gets actress and 2 supporting actors in. So there's really no democracy there. And it won 3 of those 4 at the end of the night for the actual ceremony. And yet, Shape of Water and Marriage Story, they have all the individual nominations but no ensemble love. Again, that just does not make sense to me. I just don't get the logic. Either you go in all the way or you play it democratically always. It's like, yeah, so I don't know. Then you could argue the same thing except for De Niro for The Irishman. I mean, ensemble for the stunt, ensemble for the whole cast, and then the 2 supporting actors. So I don't know. Which, yeah, and now speaking of for supporting actor, that feels very solid now that both of them are going to get in. Yeah, Pesci and Pacino have both gotten. I mean, Pacino's gotten in everywhere with the industry. Pesci not only has everywhere in the industry, but also a few critics' prizes. They've given him the win or the runner-up status. So, yeah, he definitely feels like he's getting in too. Otherwise, yeah, Tom Hanks now and Brad Pitt really feel like it. So it's that 5th slot. Is it Anthony Hopkins? Is it maybe Alan Alda? Is it maybe Jamie Foxx? Is it Willem Dafoe? Yeah, that kind of feels like now that's a 4 guarantees there. Yeah, otherwise, yeah, we know Laura Dern's pretty locked in. We know Jennifer Lopez and Margot Robbie are pretty locked in. So it's those couple slots there in supporting actress. For Best Actress, yeah, Erivo now feels pretty solid. Scarlett Johansson is solid, Theron is solid, and Zellweger is solid. So it's either Saoirse or it's Lupita or Awkwafina maybe. So it's all the rhyming names. For lead actress there. For lead actor, yeah, DiCaprio's in, Driver's in, Phoenix is in. It feels pretty solid now. So it's like, do you go De Niro and not Pacino, Banderas, or do you go maybe Christian Bale gets in? Maybe Taron Egerton sticks around. It's possible. Definitely getting nominated here really helps him. Do they go back to Eddie Murphy now? I mean, yeah, that's a tough call there as well. Or Jonathan Pryce is still in play too. If The Two Popes really goes over well with Oscar voters, which one thing I didn't mention, that movie, having not seen it, looks like it would be a good, like what they call a screener movie, which a movie that doesn't play as well, in the theater, but plays beautifully on a screener like Philomena, which got a bunch of nominations at the Oscars a few years ago. That didn't necessarily always get a ton of love at like the other precursors there. So that's, maybe that's something that we're discounting there. Maybe Two Popes does do really well with the Oscars for that's kind of screener possibility there. So yeah, maybe Jonathan Pryce does surprise us at the end of the day, like he did at the Globes there on Monday. Yeah, otherwise, yeah. Like I said, yeah, I'm glad. I mean, most of these nominations, I'm not too upset at them. Like, there's of all, everything I've seen here, I'm not mad at the nomination for Parasite because I love that ensemble. I love the JoJo ensemble. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood and The Irishman both have large ensembles there. Bombshell, mostly female cast, so at least politically speaking, that's optically, that's you could say it's a good decision. And having not seen the film, we'll have to see. Otherwise, I love Christian Bale and Ford v Ferrari. DiCaprio's, my favorite actor in the Hollywood lineup. Adam Driver, I think, is fantastic. Joaquin's really great. The only one is Taron, with the singing stuff. I'm not as in love with the singing part, but the actual performance as Elton John, that's the best work he's done. So yeah, and I love all the performances I've seen in lead actress are very good. At least Erivo is again the best part of the movie, but she stands out in that one. And yeah, Renee, of course. Yeah, you gotta say her, of course. Haven't seen The Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood. I think I'll get around to this weekend here, but yeah, the only one again, Brad Pitt. I'm not as just personally, I don't love that performance, but I think he's locked and loaded to get nominated now for sure. But I do like Pacino, especially in The Irishman. Pesci, I do like a lot, but yeah, we'll have to see there about the other two, Jamie Foxx and Tom Hanks, once I see them. Yeah, Dern, of course, fantastic. Scarlett Johansson is very charming and very good in that supporting role for Jojo Rabbit. And Jennifer Lopez, like I kind of mentioned, it's like I don't know if I would necessarily put her in, yet. I would definitely say I have to see Bombshell first, have to see The Farewell first, have to see Little Women first, and kind of see where how well those performances play and stuff. So. Yeah, so I mean these aren't like terrible what the F nominations, like I hate that movie. Why is it getting in everywhere? No, it's not that. So it's just again, like I mentioned the other day, it's like it's just I get really competitive with this stuff and trying to get as many right as I can. So when I only get three out of the 5 for ensemble, usually, and like we said, this was going to be a very competitive year for that ensemble category, anyways. So yeah, yeah, and I only got the 3 out of the 5 for actor. 4, did I get 4? No, I only got 3 for actress and only 3 for supporting actor. I got, pretty much 3 out of 5 everywhere. Except for, that's across the board. I got 3 of the stunts. So, okay, it was just one of those days. All right. Yeah, I think we'll talk more about this as the whole rest of the race kind of unfolds there in the coming weeks. We'll kind of come back and mention, how maybe this stuff comes back to haunt some of the folks that don't get in and how it kind of boosts up some of the folks that did get in and stuff. So, yep, all right. Yep, that feels like all I got to say for now. So, yep, we will catch you guys sometime later here. Like I said, we've been pretty busy this week with everything going on. It's kind of the hectic weeks here, so... we'll be back probably. Yeah, we'll do probably some BAFTA nod possibilities here in the coming days or weeks, and from there we'll kind of talk about Oscar shortlist. That'll be out pretty soon here. So, yeah, we'll have more to talk about later on.